My name is Will Godfrey. I'm the Chief Executive of Bath and North East Somerset Council. We've sort of coordinated the work around the economic strategy. I've been really clear with colleagues and also with councillors that we don't want to be in a position where we're controlling and sort of dictating the strategy. We're very much the sort of the glue, I think, that holds key partners, businesses together, etc., and try to make sure that we work to listen and understand what the economic strategy needs to be, and then we help partners to deliver the actions that we agree on. So partnerships are absolutely fundamental to the success of any economic strategy. At the end of the day, a strategy is just words on a piece of paper. So partnerships, working together, making sure that actually everybody's aligned to the priorities that we've set out. Everybody understands that they've got, all the partners have got a role, and it's important to get their commitment so we can work together to ensure that actually we're helping to deliver the outcomes for our communities.
I'm Alison Ryan, and I'm the chair at the Royal United Hospital in Bath. We started to realise that as a hospital, with our power as a very major employer, a very major buyer, we could have a beneficial impact on the economy of the community we serve, which would in time also help us to reduce demand on our services, which predominantly come from people who aren't doing too well in the economy.
So we've described the priorities of the economic strategy as the 6 pillars of activity. So essentially that's because we've identified different parts of what we need to do that are discrete piece of activity. So for instance, housing affordability, green economy, etc. So there's discrete activity that takes place within each of those strands of activity, but they need to come together. So the reason we describe them as pillars is because they support the wider action of the strategy.
I'm Georgina Andrews, and I am the Vice-Chancellor of Bath University. I was appointed as Vice-Chancellor on the 1st of January, so this is day 20 of my period in this particular role, to take part in the opportunity to develop their skills and also to promote their well-being and their creativity through involvement in creative and cultural activities. Sustainability is another of Bath University's core values. It's very important to us, both as an organisation ourselves, but also through our curriculum. All of our courses focus on sustainability. It's something that we know our students are absolutely passionate about. It's also a key part of projects that we're involved with, such as the formation of the National Centre for Fashion and Sustainability.
Hello, my name's Victor Dacuna. I'm the Group Chief Executive of Curo Group. We're the housing association that's based in Bath, and we operate across the West of England Combined Authority. So we have a big role to play in being, the access into 25,000 local residents that live in the homes that we own in the local community. So we are a big conduit of information, making sure that people have access to good quality information so that they can increase their skills in order to access employment, but also it can also be just general support for confidence building and other things that might act as barriers to get even interested in work. We obviously have a very wide range of customers, some of whom haven't accessed work for a very long time. So we see our role as working with other partners in the local community to be able to access those people, the young people as well as some of the older people that have been living at home for a long time, to give them real access to good quality, not even just employment, pre-employment opportunities, getting ready for the idea of work. So we're obviously interconnected with that part of the economic strategy too.
We want businesses to understand that they can start, they can grow, and they can thrive in Bath North East Somerset.
Innovation and creativity is within the very DNA of Bath University. We've got an established track record of creativity and innovation. This runs through our undergraduate curriculum, but it also runs through specific projects within the community. So for example, we have the studio in Palace Yard News, which focuses on supporting the development of creative tech businesses. We also have Emerge, which is a space for graduates to develop their businesses in creative arts. It's something that is really important to us, and we're looking forward to developing and scaling up even further as part of the delivery of the B&NES economic strategy.
So to solve the housing crisis, whether it's locally or nationally, is not a 5-minute affair. This is a generational change. We need to have a system reset, essentially, to try and put in place the conditions where we can build good quality housing that people can afford in the right locations way into the future. The role of Curo isn't to do it all. Not one organisation can fundamentally reset the operating environment, the conditions in order to achieve that ambition. We're a convener. We bring together parts of that ecosystem, parts of what creates new affordable housing together, different organisations, different ideas, facilitate the exchange of those ideas and put them into a long-term plan that we can enact.
Bath-Spa University's role really covers 2 areas of activity. The work that we've been doing in terms of inclusion, so working in deprived parts of our community to make sure that we have fairer opportunities for all within the region. So for example, we have projects that we're working on in Twerton and in Radstock, looking at enriching the lives and broadening the opportunities available to people living in those communities.
One of the valid criticisms I think of the past is too much emphasis has been on the City of Bath. And I'm really clear that the strategy encompasses the whole of Bath, North East Somerset, all of our communities. And what we want to see is a strategy that identifies the differences and the differences of opportunity there are across our different communities.
If we can feed our needs into the economic planning of the local authority and education and the other providers of infrastructure, then we get into a very virtuous circle of cutting off people's miserable experiences and poor lives because they end up in my hospital.
Individuals in the first instance and the community overall, that's what really at the heart of the economic strategy. If we can drive economic prosperity for individuals and the community, we all as an entire society benefit. So my hope is that Curo, along with the other institutions in the local authority area, come together and work really hard. We are creative, innovative, we are bold in the attempt to try and create that prosperity that is, I believe, is in the community. We just need to allow it to be released. We need to release that potential that exists in our community. That's what I hope we're able to do together.
We have such lively links now with the universities on the areas where you'd hope we would, on developing technology so that our patients get the most amazing technology, in fact, created by Bath University or Bath-Spa University, but we can put it in use. So we get a direct line from the civic agreement that we would work together into research, into better patient care.
The economic strategy could have an enormous impact in the future. It's part of delivering inclusive growth, which is absolutely critical for the region. It's something that will bring together the anchor institutions within the area, because we know that if we work together, we can actually achieve so much more than we can working individually.